Ladies and gentlemen, how do? Back on the Aspes 125. Look, I've done some moaning about this bike, and for good reason. This is no reflection on the previous owner. You know, he entrusted this bike to a company to restore it at the cost of £4,200. There's not a thing I've come across on this bike which I felt safe about. The list is seemingly endless. I'm just going through the electrics now because we're going to race this bike this year. And I can't afford to have it going out and breaking down. So I start to go around and check the connections to the ignition coil. It's an old style oil filled coil. I've noticed quite a bit of damp around one of the connectors. This one here, just there, that's been over tightened. The top end has broken off, so you can see it's loose. The whole lot's loose. That's causing the oil to come out, and obviously I'm getting a terrible connection there. It's just absolutely shoddy. They've actually sandblasted the outside of the coil, which is mind-boggling. But anyway, that's what they've done. The throttle cable's hanging on by a handful, 2 or 3 strands. That was ready to snap. And we said before, this was all in the wrong place too. So there's a new cable on there. That's done now. So I'm going through it. The list is absolutely endless. I've gone to lock wire the gearbox drain plug. So obviously I'm going to change the oil in the gearbox anyway. And what do we get? That's the amount of oil that came out of the gearbox. That is a 500ml bottle. What's in there? 200ml? Surely that can't be right. Obviously I'll find out when I fill the gearbox back up, but it's nothing short of absolutely shoddy. Anyway, the key thing is to get this bike ready for Steve Bedford to race at Tonfanel, which you will do. Everything will be working as it should. I've got a source and ignition coil now, obviously. But yeah, everything I touch, it's like Coco. The clown's been working on it. I've got to be honest with you. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to try and stop moaning, but I find it difficult when I touch this bike. Like I said, no reflection on the previous owner. He entrusted the bike to a company to restore, to get this bike restored, and paid handsomely for it. And well, they didn't deliver, did they? Never mind. We're going to have this right. Catch you again. Be lucky.